What's up, geeks and gamers? It's Jeremy coming to you with another video. Sorry for the delay. Trying to have Sensei Mike on with us, so we'll see what happens. But let's see. He's having some difficulty with the link that I sent. But anyway, what's going on, everybody? How are you? We've had a really good day for Star Wars fans, and we're going to talk about it. So hopefully Sensei Mike will be able to join us very soon. I see many of you have already smashed that melee button, so I appreciate that. Let me send a few invites out over on social media really quick, and then we will get this party started. Tweet. We're live. Okay. Share. Come on. We're live. Boom. All righty. So it's been a good day. For Star Wars, for the Star Wars fans, and through all of the garbage that has been going on at Lucasfilm and at Star Wars in recent months. The fact that Chucky Poo Wendig got fired today shows that maybe, just maybe, somebody is being held accountable now, because Chuck's been doing this for a long time. And I think that this shows a sign that maybe there's a possibility of hope that Lucasfilm is going to start looking at their employees and going, hey, maybe we should stop shitting on the fans. Hey, maybe we should stop calling them names. Hey, maybe we should stop dismissing their opinions. Maybe that's a good idea. I know it's crazy. It's crazy to think, but maybe that's a way to go, And so what this shows, because they knew they were going to get some backlash from the small minority, which they seem to think is a much larger group of people than it really is. So they knew that it was going to get some backlash. They're already facing backlash from a lot of the blue check mark brigade on Twitter. They're all whining and crying, and the soy tears are just flowing. They're just flowing. I don't remember these same people getting mad when Roseanne got fired over social media post. But Chuck Wendig for 2-3 straight years has just been a lightning rod of just like shitting on the fans constantly. And now Disney and Marvel and Lucasfilm finally had enough of it. And all the blue check mark brigade is all going to cry. And they're all going to have a stance to go, I can't believe he got fired over a social media situation. Where were you at when Roseanne got fired? Where were you at every time this has happened? Did you not get mad when the guy got fired for a Make America Great Again hat just a few days ago? Simply just wearing a hat, and NBC fired him, But suddenly now they care. You know what I mean? It's just unbelievable. It's unbelievable, and it makes me so happy. And it does maybe tell us that maybe now Disney is finally paying attention. And maybe they're going, this is probably not the best business model. This is probably not the best thing to do, Ryan. Don't call fans man babies just because they didn't like your sorry-ass movie. Freddie Prinze, maybe you shouldn't sit there and claim all the fans that don't like The Last Jedi are overweight white males. Maybe not a good idea, Freddie Prinze. Brian Young, maybe not a good idea, Brian Young, to write for StarWars.com and make up lies about people like me, because he lied about me. He said I started the boycott, or me and Ethan led the boycott movement, which was a lie. And once his lie was exposed, then he had to edit his article, and then he acted like it never existed. And that's also Chuck Wendig's biggest fan. I'm sure they're watching right now. Hello, guys. How are you? How are the lattes? Are the lattes good? Are those ankle choker jeans working for you? Huh? And why? If Brian Young, if you're watching, Chuck Wendig, if you're watching, why do you wear glasses with no lenses? What's the deal there? Make me understand this. Help me understand, why do you wear glasses with no lenses? Like, I don't understand that. Does that make sense to anybody? What does that mean? What does that mean? So, Jeremy, you are indeed tripling down on your content. I've posted like 7 videos today, and I got more coming tonight from New York Comic Con from our Anime Lately team. So S Gamble 121682. thank you for the super chat. It says winning. John Matrix, $5. Thank you for the super chat. Damn it, Jeremy, I was just watching your last video. Okay, off to watch the first, man. I've got a lot of videos up today. Pagan God X, NPCs everywhere tonight will be taking a swig of soy for the unemployed. Greg Bogan says, can you let Ethan know people at Collider are asking about Comics Gate in lieu of Wendig firing? I will let Ethan know. We're going to have a lot to say on the council this week. We're going to have a lot to talk about, and there's no doubt about it. Let's see. Haha, I dislike Brian Young so much, as do I. And I never even knew who Brian Young was until Brian Young wanted to set down the latte and open his soy mouth about me. I never knew who he was, and I never really cared, you know. But you know, he took. I will say it's kind of an honor that he took time away from the soy to talk about me, you know, and he took time away from you know, following Chuck Wendig around and, you know, doing anything he can for Chucky Poo. So it's just unbelievable. Swig of water for the unemployment soy boys. But again, I think it's a good day. I'm still waiting to see if Sensei Mike can join us. I sent Sensei Mike a link, so hopefully he can join us. We would love to have him. If not, we'll definitely do it again in the future. He was having some issues with the link I sent. So my point is again, this is not this doesn't mean anything in the big scheme of things right now, but it does tell us that maybe Lucasfilm and Disney are finally starting to realize that what they're doing is not working, is not a good business model. Maybe, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how this continues to unfold. The social media behavior from Lucasfilm has been awful. It's been one of the worst things I've seen from a collective company in a long time. Like, you always have people within a company that are going to have opinions. You can see people, there are people at Geeks and Gamers that probably share a lot of the opinions of a lot of the people at Lucasfilm, you know, and that's fine. You know, we have a different group. We have a different group of people here. Everybody's different. Everybody has different opinions. But when you look at Lucasfilm, it is such an echo chamber of SJW far left nonsense. You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy. And it blows me away that this company just has no diversity of thought at all. There's no diversity of thought at Lucasfilm. It's all the same people with the same political ideology and the same behavior on social media. To me, that is very, very dangerous for a business model. Very dangerous. Entertainment hackers celebrate with some fishing and golf. You know, I've done so much driving lately. I've got to catch up on content. I have no idea when I'm ever going to get time to do anything. Look, I've got Call of Duty Black Ops 4 sitting behind me, just installed. I still haven't played it. I still haven't played Mario Party because I've been producing so many videos. So, let's see. He blames the fans, not the crap he said on Twitter. Of course he does. Of course he does. Because the number one rule of an SJW is to not claim responsibility. The number one rule for an SJW is to claim that it's someone else's fault. You cannot be held accountable for your own actions as an SJW. It's impossible. You can't do it. They don't have the ability to do it. They don't have the ability to own their own mistakes. You guys have heard me on here 100 times. If I make a mistake, I'll own it. You know, because I make mistakes. Because spoiler alert, SJWs, we're all humans and we all are flawed and we all make mistakes. I know it's a lot to take in. I know it's tough. It's tough for you to understand that all human beings have flaws. I get it. Because when you're on social media and you're showing the wokeness, you have to project so hard and you have to pretend so hard that you are perfect. We get it. You know what I mean? So, yeah. All right, let's see. Laser Pants Toy Junk. Chucky Poo lost his Marvel comic and Star Wars novel. The wards are saying Disney supports the alt-right. Also, Jeremy, go fuck yourself. That's a great super chat. That's a great super chat. All right, let's see. Let's see. Did you send your regards when you stuck the knife in, Jeremy? I'm just laughing and having a ball with this. So have the wards actually said that Disney supports the alt-right? Are they really saying this? Can someone confirm that for me? because I think I'm blocked by the wards. I know I was for a while. I think Jason unblocked me for a little while. So NPC deleted. The NPC meme is the greatest thing ever, by the way. I watched the Quarterings video on that. I need to do a video on it myself, but it's one of the greatest memes ever. Non-playable character. They have no soul. I saw the Kotaku article where they were basically saying that the NPC meme dehumanizes SJWs. No, SJWs dehumanize themselves because they aren't humans. They have no human emotions or feelings. They have no thoughts of their own. They are programmed to think a certain way. That's it. So SJWs dehumanize themselves. Wait. Oh my God. Did this really happen? Chucky Poo blocked Proper Jeremy on Twitter. Yes. Chuck Wendig blocked Proper Jeremy's Twitter account. That is fantastic. That is the classic SJWs eating themselves alive. Proper Jeremy is your ally, Chucky Poo. Proper Jeremy respects women. Proper Jeremy is here for you. Proper Jeremy is what let me go to Proper Jeremy's goddamn Twitter account. What does Proper Jeremy say in his Twitter account? Let's see. Proper Jeremy. All right, so Proper Jeremy's Twitter account. President of the Council of Jeremy's, gender fluid, queer person, pansexual feminist, Jill Stein supporter, lover of tennis, badminton, and soy lattes. and Chuck blocked him. That's the best thing I've heard. I'm losing my voice, by the way. I'm losing my voice. Sensei Mike is here. What's up?
Hey, I am so sorry. I couldn't get my, they wanted me to do Google Chrome, Internet Explorer. There was all these different things they wanted me to do. I was like, geez. So I apologize on my part.
No problem, man. We're talking about the Chuck Wendig news. I'm sure you've heard that yes. Chuck Wendig was fired, and the chat just informed me that Proper Jeremy's Twitter account was blocked by Chuck Wendig, which is the greatest thing ever. So the fact that he blocked my parody account that is basically an SJW is fantastic. So
that's great, man. That's great. Wendig, he's great.
Just so you know, man, as we haven't really talked before, I appreciate all the support you've given the channel and all the support you give all of the channels within our little realm here. It's really appreciated. So,
hey, thank you. You're welcome. I mean, listen, I fully support what you guys are, going for, especially the whole Star Wars deal. I like SC Reviews, Odin's Movie Blog, EDS, World Class Bullshitters. All you guys are making a difference. And you know what? I want to give my support, and I want to do the best I can, and I want to join the community, actually.
Well, man, you blow us away every time. So, we can definitely have some discussions after we end the show, if you want to talk more about that. And, we can see what you got going on. So anyway, everyone, Sensei Mike is here. A very, very strong supporter of the Fandom Menace and of Geeks and Gamers. And so we definitely appreciate having him here. Let me catch up on a couple of super chats real quick. Sure. S. Gamble 121682 says, one day closer to sequel trilogy being legend. Oof. Maybe. I doubt it, but maybe. We'll see. And then Jeff the Iron Wolf, Chuck learned, get woke, go broke. Absolutely. And I guess so Collider is now bringing Comicsgate up because Chuck Wendig is blaming Comicsgate and blaming the fans for what happened. He's not taking any responsibility for the fact that he has pretty much told 50% of the customer base to go fuck themselves. That has nothing to do with his firing. It's everybody else. It's everyone else's fault,
Hey, Chuck Wendig's been shitting on people from day one. I don't get it. I don't get it.
Yeah, I know. It's like I said, I've talked about this many times in live streams. I've been in retail for a long time. I don't care what people come in the store and say. You can't just collectively tell a group of people to go F off because you don't like their beliefs or their views on things. You just can't do it when you represent a company. And the fact that, and I said this earlier on my live stream, if Chuck Wendig was a Trump supporter and a vocal Trump supporter, he wouldn't have gotten away with this for a week.
Yeah.
But he's gotten away with this for, years, and it's finally caught up to him. And maybe Lucasfilm is finally understanding that, hey, we can't really shit talk our customers. It's not a great business model, Yeah.
So. But Jeremy, they've been letting Rian Johnson get away with it for how long? I mean, and then they re-signed Kathleen Kennedy. I just don't know why.
I know. I feel like she's going to be a figurehead. I don't feel like she's going to have a lot of, because again, how Disney thinks. Disney's always thinking about the impact, from a media standpoint and perception, and if they get rid of a powerful female that's got this long list of accolades that, in Hollywood history, even though most of us know she was in name only for did anybody, when you walked away from Jurassic Park back in the 90s, did you go, man, Kathleen Kennedy being producer was a game changer for that movie? No. We were like, Steven Spielberg is a genius because he's, created E.T. and Jaws, and now he's created Jurassic Park. And nobody was like, yeah, Kathleen Kennedy did such a wonderful job on this movie.
Yeah, right.
Or when when you have kids and you're like, hey, sit down, let's watch Jurassic Park. This is a Kathleen Kennedy produced movie. Nobody had that conversation. It never happened. And now suddenly 30 years later, 20 years later, or whatever, suddenly now all these shills are trying to give Kathleen Kennedy credit for these movies.
I know. I know, bro. I know.
So it's just unbelievable. Comrade Commodore, thank you for the super chat, as always. And Obi127883, swig of Dr. Pepper for Sensei Mike, Proper Jeremy, and the entire High Council and Common Sense channels. Thank you for that. And Sensei Mike, shout out to you. But right now, let's see. My point was, and I know Rian Johnson's been getting away with it. Freddie Prinze has been getting away with it. A lot of people that are affiliated with Lucasfilm have been getting away with it. But it does show me that maybe there's I don't think there was a big outcry for no more than normal for what Chuck Wendig pulled. You know what I mean? We've all been pissed off about it. We get pissed off every time he does it. I didn't think that he did anything extremely out of line more so than he ever does. But I think that maybe they were just like, dude, this is really a bad look for us, and we need to start paying a little more attention to the effects that this behavior has. I mean, what do you think about that, Mike?
If they're going for that route, they need to look at all the accomplices, everyone is involved. Rian Johnson involved with all the Twitter insults to the fans. All of them. I like J.J. Abrams, but you know what? He said some things too. I mean, if you're going to go after, get them all. I don't know, man. I really don't know. Lucasfilm is so confusing right now. It's in such a bad. It's just in a bad state right now. I don't think the Resistance is going to do well. Who knows what's going to happen with episode 9. And then all we got really to look forward to is the Clone Wars season 7.
That's it. I mean, that's really the only project that's currently in development. I mean, I will say, I do have some faith for Favreau's series, The Mandalorian, just because I like Favreau. But I'm cautiously optimistic there. I'm really excited for the Clone Wars season 7. No doubt about that, because I love the Clone Wars. The Clone Wars series is probably my favorite thing in Star Wars. And so I can't wait to see more of those characters and more of what Filoni, is going to bring to the table. James Lloyd Tiffner, thank you for the super chat. Says, good evening. Good evening to you, sir. Thank you for the support. Proper Jeremy says, Proper Jeremy did nothing wrong, Chucky Poo. I've been a vocal supporter, and this is how you treat me? I thought we were friends. Fuck you, Chuck. Yes, yeah, Proper Jeremy dropping F-bombs.
Hey, I heard they were calling you Jeremy Olstein.
Oh yeah. I've got the whenever I get a big, and I did it a couple times when you sent super chats too. When I get like a big super chat, I'll say, "Praise the Lord, Jeremy Osteen, praise the Lord." Or more super chats you send, the better Jeremy's life is going to be. The closer to the Lord you will get, the closer we will get to that 7th private jet.
I got you, bro. That's beautiful.
And nothing. People are like, I've gotten people so mad at me. They're like, that's offensive to Christians. Like, dude, I grew up, Southern Baptist. You know what I mean? So like, just have some fun with it. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's all good though. Everybody, everybody's gonna get. I've lost so many subs today because of my Kanye West Trump video.
That was great. That was
somebody
great.
was so many. I'm like at this point.
Yeah, right.
If you've been subbed to Geeks and Gamers this long, and the Kanye Trump video is the one that pushed you over the edge, like, what have you been watching? You know what I mean?
I know. Listen, I thought that Trump Kanye video was great. I mean, they're just trying to lift people up and just.
I mean, at the end of the day, and like I said in the video, what I said in the video is like, regardless of how you feel about the political aspect of it, a prominent black dude is stepping out of everything that was comfortable,
sure,
and going against all of his friends to give his opinion on something. And the guy that everybody's claiming is a racist is sitting right across from him, and they're hugging and embracing each other. They're smiling and having fun. If that doesn't fucking make you happy, then I don't know what you're looking for, So
I don't know what they're looking for. And Trump's not only done that with Kanye. He's done that with so many black leaders. They don't report it on.
Yep, exactly. Hang on just a second. I gotta get this one. Reed Palantia. Holy shit. I mean, you've always been super supporter of the channel. So, wow. So big super chat. For a group of people that make a big deal of respecting others, they show little of it. Where companies are supposed to have, where companies are supposed to have in their policies and procedures a mode of conduct, their code of conduct, they are shown slow in its enforcement. It is a problem that is being allowed to worsen. I agree with that. What do you think about that one, Sensei Mike?
I would have to agree with you, Jeremy.
Yeah, because I mean, it is a situation where why are they so slow to enforce this code of conduct? Again, that's my question. We're all happy Chuck Wendig got fired.
You're right.
But what specifically did he do today that he didn't do last week and last month and last year and 2 years ago? Like, what? Why have they not been paying attention to this sooner? You know what I mean?
Right. I don't know what they're doing. Listen, Lucasfilm is in such a I don't even know the word I could use for a tailspin. They promote Kennedy for 3 more years. They are going to allow Johnson's trilogy. They're letting the resistance stuff go on. They're doing so many different things, and then all of a sudden, Wendig gets cut. I don't get it.
I don't either. Yeah, it does not make sense. I'm happy about it, and I'm hoping that this is maybe they've had a sit down and they looked at all the numbers, and maybe they were looking at the trends, and maybe they finally realized, like, we're screwing up. I don't know. That's the only logical thing I can come to. And so I'm hoping, but at the same time, I want to know, like, what exactly got you to this point? Because, I mean, this idiot's been doing this for years. He's had no respect for anybody whatsoever that disagreed with him. He's blocking nearly the entire internet at this point. And then he blocks everybody that hates The Last Jedi. Then he does a poll on his, and he's like, did you like The Last Jedi? Well, of course they're going to say that. You blocked everybody. Even on my live stream, I said Chuck Wendig has force ability. He's force sensitive because he can block you without you even saying anything because he knows, oh, that guy in Little Rock, Arkansas said something about me at the dinner table, blocked on Twitter. You know, it's crazy. But again, Reed Palantia, again, you're always supportive. Thank you so much for that super chat. It means the world. Thank you. Laser Pants Toy Juck, proper Jeremy getting blocked by Chucky Poo proves he's watching your YouTube vids, waiting for you to go fuck yourself, happy headed, or you nappy headed fuck. I mean, damn, Laser Pants, that's twice you've called me out. You've called me out. No, it's all good. Laser Pants is all good. But yeah, the fact that he blocked proper Jeremy is great. And he also blocked, you know, he was making a point earlier, he was making a point that how he created LGBT characters in Aftermath, and that upset so many people. Then he goes and blocks the community manager for Geeks and Gamers, who's never said a word to him, who is an LGBT person, who has an LGBT flag on her name on Twitter, and he blocked her. So I was like, you're proving my point, Chuck, that you don't care about these people. You use them as circus animals. You use them as props. You know, like, hey, look at my black friend. Look at my black friend.
Right.
And then, and then the moment your black friend says, you know, I like what Trump said. Fuck you, get the hell away from me. You know, because you're using them as props to make yourself seem more woke. You know.
Right. Do you think that Wendig is worse than Johnson on Twitter?
Oh, absolutely. He's far worse than Johnson on Twitter. Yeah. On Twitter, yes. Yeah. I mean, he is. I would say if Wendig is a 10, I would say Johnson's about a 6, just in terms of Twitter behavior.
Right.
The problem is Johnson is more prominent, and so when Johnson says things, Johnson's going to get a lot more attention. But because he directed The Last Jedi, but Wendig's awful on Twitter. I mean, bad. I can read you a couple. So here's what he said when he. Hang on. Let me go to Ivan's messages that he sent me earlier. So right here, the first thing he said was, so here's a thing that just happened. I just got fired from Marvel, taken off issues 4 and 5 of Shadow of Vader, and taken off an as of yet unannounced Star Wars book. This might be a long thread, so apologies in advance. And this is the part I appreciate the shout out, Chuck, even though you didn't say my name. He says, I hesitate to talk about this because honestly, it gives the worst possible people a win. Talking about me, talking about EVS, talking about all of you, talking about Sensei Mike. Chuck sends a blanket shout out to everyone in the Geeks and Gamers community, and we love him for that. So we are the worst possible people. So we thank you so very much for this, Chuck. So yeah, but the other day after the Kavanaugh vote, he started out a tweet and it said, he said, fuck Trump, fuck the GOP, fuck. And he said F you to every prominent Republican. And it's like, what the hell, dude? And I think that's really what triggered a lot of this. That's a big dog. You got a big dog. Is that a dog?
Yeah.
What kind of dog you got?
Doberman.
Nice. That is not a soy dog.
No.
Not a soy dog. I've been accused of having soy dogs. I got my little Chihuahuas. My little Chihuahuas he would be a snack for them.
Yeah, he's only 11 months. He's a big boy though, man. He's a good dog. He's a good boy.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I love dogs. I love them. They're the best.
See, people are calling Leia a soy dog. Leave Leia alone. Leave little bitty Leia alone. All right, let's see. Ido Haiguma. I'm sorry, I butchered that. Ido Haiguma. Behave like a psycho. Get treated like a psycho, but then blame everybody else for it and don't look at your own behavior. That is the pattern of Chuck. Puts on glasses, windy gone. I like it. Puts on the shades, windy gone. If I had my shades, I would do it for you right now. And yeah, you're right. Behave like a psycho, get treated like a psycho, then blame everybody else for it and don't look at your own behavior. That is the Chuck Wendig pattern of behavior. So let's see. Sorry, Jeremy, but cats rule. No, I'm not a cat person. I've had cats in my life, but dogs are more loyal. You know, they're just more loyal.
Dogs are the best, man.
Yeah, they really are. Like cats are like women. You know, like they just The only time they acknowledge you is when they want to bitch at you. I love you, ladies. I love you, ladies. I love you. Oh, that's going to be a clip. They're going to
Yeah,
use the soy boys. They're going to say,
I know.
Gamers Jeremy showing his misogyny. So
Who's the biggest publication that has attacked you?
Well, I mean, Brian Young, who writes for StarWars.com, you know, but he was writing for Sci-Fi at the time of his when he misrepresented me. I'm trying to think.
You know, it's only going to get worse for you, bro.
Oh yeah, I know, dude. I've heard from.
But that's cool though. I mean, it's cool. You're making a stand. You're making a difference. You're opening up a lot of people's eyes. You're expanding people's minds.
Yeah, I would say, the chat's reminding me. So Star Wars Explained's probably the biggest in terms. Like Star Wars Explained has like 500,000 subs, and that was back when the channel had like, we only had like 15,000 subs when he took my video and he kind of chopped it up to make it sound out of context.
Right, I remember that.
And of course, I made my famous what I call my Tupac Hit 'Em Up video, where I dropped the F-bomb like I think they said I dropped like 50 or 60 F-bombs in that video. And, you know, I got age restricted for it. I got nervous because I didn't know what an age restriction was. I'm like, what the hell does that mean? And people are like, dude, your video's been blocked. And I'm like, what happened? And then he and I talked about it. So I agreed to, you know, take the video down, which I set it to private. I never took it down because I knew that I probably needed to keep that video, you know, in the chamber if I needed it. And, you know, his little fans have kept whining about it recently. So they kept saying, this is the deleted video from Jeremy because he was so ashamed. And I was like, you know what? All right, fuck you. I'm unlisting it. I'm putting it unlisted now. Oh, guess what? The video was never deleted. Was it? You liars. And then they have to run with their tail between their legs, you know? So, so the video is now unlisted. So you can watch the video if you have a link to it. I've shared the link on Twitter before. There's also someone who re-uploaded the video to their channel. And so I was like, when I saw the re-uploaded video, I commented on it. I'm like, I'm glad you uploaded this because now people can stop asking me about it and I can just send them a link to here. Right. Because people are trying to make it like I was ashamed of it. I was never ashamed of it. I clearly wouldn't respond like that again as I've kind of, you know, as the channel's gotten more prominent and our following's gotten more prominent. And I try to make sure that I'm handling things the right way. But that's me. That's what I do. I'm an asshole.
Yeah, but you know what, Jeremy? Here's the thing. This is one of the reasons why I started to follow you and everyone else. You quit giving a fuck. You stopped. It might have been like, what, about a year ago, maybe after The Last Jedi. I watched you before all the Last Jedi stuff come out. But you just quit giving a fuck. And you know what? Everybody agrees with you.
Yeah. And really what it came down to is, you know, I've been trying, like, people look at it now, they're like, oh man, Jeremy's just, you know, oh, he's got all this success. It's like, dude, I've been trying to grow Geeks and Gamers for 7 years.
Right.
You know, I've lost so much money trying to build this thing and going different routes. And anytime you're trying to build a business, it's trial and error. You're like, well, we should try this route. We should try this route. Geeks and Gamers has evolved so much since I started it to where it's at now, and it will continue to evolve. But yeah, once we got a little bit of a following on Facebook, I took the route of, I know my opinions and I know my beliefs and I know how strong I can come across. And so I always kept my opinions neutral in terms of publicly.
I remember.
And I tried to build a team of people that could offset me. So when the day I did go, you know, full Jeremy, I would have a group of people on my team to say, look, if you don't like what I got to say, there's people on the team that you can like, you know, because they disagree with me. Sure. And when I decided at the beginning of the year, I told them like in November of last year. And I was like, guys, I'm telling you, once the first of the year gets here, like gloves are off, you know, Jeremy is showing his ass. And I'm not holding back. And so my team was always like, oh my God, you can't tell us this shit. You can't go public with this shit you say. And I'm like, why? You know? And so a couple of my top people actually like turned on me after I started speaking out about SJWs. They started doing like making up all kind of stuff about me on Facebook, and people that I like had conversations with, people that had my phone number, and they're going on social media, just making things up about me that are flat out not true. And I'm just like, dude, like, I gave you my platform for years, and now because I have an opinion you don't like, you're suddenly going to lie about me. And these were left-leaning people that I had on the team. And the only person up until the beginning of this year, the only person I had ever silenced on my platform was one person who's still with me. His name's Alex. And I didn't necessarily silence him, but Alex Gurzo is my editor-in-chief of geeksandgamers.com. He's one of the most loyal human beings you'll ever meet. One time he wanted to write a pro-Trump piece, not like a complete pro-Trump piece, but he wanted to mention being pro-Trump within it. And this was like a year and a half ago. And I'm like, we got to stay away from that.
Right.
So for these motherfuckers to say I was silencing them, I was letting them write their left-wing bullshit all on the site. The only person I was trying to hold back was the guy who wanted to talk about Trump, because at the time it was really polarizing. It still is, you know, but
yeah.
And so, yeah, at the beginning of the year, I'm just like, look, I'm done. And I don't care anymore. I remember my daughter came home during the election with a Trump, sign. And she's like, Dad, can we put this in your yard? I'm like, no, hell no. Hell no, we're not putting that in the damn yard.
Hey, mine got stolen out of my yard.
I was like, no, we're not, and so.
I was like, come on. Yeah. I went and got to see him. I live in Pennsylvania, close to Pittsburgh. And I'm also close to Ohio. I'm near the border of Ohio. So I got to go see Trump in Youngstown, Ohio. And I was like, me and my girlfriend Cassidy, she came with me. We were like 3 rows back, and this dude was just a towering menace. I'm telling you, he can't lose. He can't lose. No, I don't know. I just don't know what else to say. I mean, you got who's good. And he's doing good. I don't think he's bad. I don't think he's a bad guy. And I don't want to make this stream into a political stream or anything like that. I just wanted to throw that out there. But I see all the Kanye West stuff going on, and I'm like, man, they're just throwing gas on the fire.
I know it. Tom King says, Jeremy, if you Google search for Geeks and Gamers, that video, the explicit video of the other channel is the very first video shown in the results. Google search is screwing you over. Is it really the first result? I mean, I search Geeks and Gamers, and probably the website will come up, but it's because I'm always on the website. So Geeks and Gamers Google search. Yeah, it actually is. So that's the first result. How the hell is that the first result? Wow. Yeah. And that video's only got that's the upload from the other channel. And then the anti-Trekker video where they were going after me is the second result. Damn. Yeah, I guess Google is screwing me over. So, but at least our website's right there. So
hey, bro, you're on fire. Just keep letting it happen.
Yeah,
yeah, you're on fire, man.
Yeah, because if people run across that video, at least they're gonna know who the hell they're dealing with. You're like, yo, I like this guy, Because if any soy boys watch that video, they're not gonna like me anyway. So they definitely, if they see that video, they're just gonna cry,
Right.
So it really ain't a problem. James Lloyd Tipner, again, thank you for the super chat. Appreciate the support as always. All right, what are you guys saying in the chat? They're screwing you over. Yeah, they probably are, but it's fine. It's an ebb and flow. Look, I've said this before. The channel views are down as we've gained more subscribers. That's not totally, weird for some channels, but it is weird for other channels. It's like, I don't understand the YouTube algorithm. I've kind of stopped doing the live streams in terms of leaving them public because that apparently helps the algorithm. The YouTube algorithm is a nightmare to figure out.
Yeah, right.
It really is. It's just there's a certain way that you have to try to manipulate it. Some people are good at it. Some people, and then I even like the quartering. The quartering's killing it right now. But he also has Unsleeved Media, and he talks about how, because that channel's got 100 and something, 50,000 subs, but he talks about how sometimes it's hard for him to get the views on that channel, because it's just, it's weird, So right now, I remember going back to when, what was it, maybe April, Geeks and Gamers got 4 million views that month, and last month I think we got 2 million views. And so it's just trying to find the rhythm. There's no doubt that people are loving the content we're providing,
right?
But just because people love the content you're providing doesn't mean that it's going to work in the algorithm all the time. So
do you feel that your Star Wars videos are stronger than the rest?
Not now. Based on analytics, I mean, last month my best video was my Battlefield 5 video, almost 200,000 views, and then my Captain Marvel videos and my James Gunn videos were outperforming my Star Wars videos even.
Wow.
But and see, and this might be where I kind of messed up, because you do have to kind of follow the trends. So like at the beginning of the year when I made the all the Star Wars videos, they started getting traction. So I kept making more and more and more and more. And I should have probably capitalized off some more of the Captain Marvel, James Gunn stuff, and the Battlefield. Like that Battlefield video that got almost 200,000 views. I haven't made another Battlefield video since, because I've just been trying to, because I want to talk about Star Wars. So all these little soy boys out there that are saying, yeah, Jeremy just does what gets the views. Well, technically, yes, but like actually lately, no, because if that would have been the case, I would have been going after, the Battlefield stuff and the Captain Marvel stuff. But I just want to keep talking about Star Wars, because I feel that we need to continue calling this bullshit out and hold them accountable. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So, I was talking to Odin. He had me on his stream about a week or two ago, and we were talking about how many YouTube channels were created just because of The Last Jedi. It's incredible, man. I mean, if you really look at it, there's so much hatred for that movie. I mean, and all these guys are getting traction.
Yeah, no, and it's crazy. I mean, and that's what they say. People are like, "Oh, it's just a small minority." Then why do people that were against it get so much traction? And I remember when I was, again, saw it in December. I've well documented that, I was trying to force myself to love that movie. I wanted to. We had our first Geeks and Gamers meetup that night. I got to speak to the entire auditorium. We gave away T-shirts. We did giveaways. It was awesome. And when I decided, I was finally like, not only am I not liking this movie at all, I really want to call out all the bullshit that I have been seeing. So the first time I really started getting frustrated with Star Wars was a Star Wars Celebration last year. Obviously, everybody knows I like Force Awakens, and I had no problems with the direction of Star Wars at that particular point in time. And then I didn't really like Rogue One, and I was really unhappy with the fact that it was another female lead, because I'm just like, why?
I got you. I got you.
And I was like, I didn't really like. It's not that it was a female lead as much as it was like I didn't like the female lead, and I did not like the rebellion. I didn't like any of the rebellions in the movie, and I'm like, I felt like that casting was like, hey, let's cast a non-white male. That's what it felt like, in terms of the rebellion in that movie, and it didn't work. So if it would have worked, I wouldn't have cared. But I was just like, you guys, it feels like you guys are casting non-white males.
They made it too diverse.
Yes. And it's like, that's called forced diversity. And so, but I didn't, that's fine. I was like, whatever. Rogue One, a lot of people like it. It's fine. I didn't hate it. It just wasn't as good as I wanted it to be. I did love Krennic, and I loved Vader. And I loved the last 45 minutes of the movie. But when I really started getting mad was when I went to Star Wars Celebration last year, and I was in the Battlefront panel. And before the panel started, someone got on stage and said, how many girl gamers do we have in here? And I'm like, what the fuck are you asking that for? And I'm like, hardly anybody in there screamed. You know what I mean? Because there was like maybe 10, And I'm just like, why would you ask a gender specific question like that? And not only that, like, there's not a lot of girl gamers in here, bro. Then they did the Iden reveal, and I'm like, another strong female lead. And of course they introduced Iden on the Empire side, and I'm like, there's no way she's gonna stay bad. There's no way. Of course she's going. And I don't know, for anybody that hasn't played Battlefront 2, obviously she flips, not a big deal because the story is awful in that game anyway. But that's when I was like, okay, this is getting to be too much now. You know what I mean? Like, this is getting to be too much. I was fine with Rey. I accepted Jenna Erso. Now you're doing this Iden bit, and then the Last Jedi just pushed it over the edge of like Holdo, Rose, not developing Rey anymore. Taking it. I mean, they should have like during. I never watched the behind the scenes, but during the behind the scenes, guys, did they actually show Rian Johnson like tucking Luke's junk and taping it? I mean, did they actually show it? Or
dude, if you. I think you probably know of him. Skyman Universe looks like Thor.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Listen, he had some behind the scenes footage of The Last Jedi, and when Luke was milking the space cow, the space cow, Rian Johnson was actually going, be more intense, push harder, and it's on film. I was like, oh my God, I couldn't believe it. And yeah, Skyman's good, man. He got a lot of behind the scenes stuff going on with his channel. So
yeah, Skyman, the resemblance to Thor is insane. It's insane.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know if I even want him on a live stream because I will feel like a beta male at that point. I'm like, no woman would care. No woman would ever want to be with me if I'm next to this guy. You know, I'm like, he's got the voice, he's all buff, he's got the hair.
I know.
I'm like,
right?
yeah, I would be like Star-Lord in Infinity War.
Yeah,
you know,
right.
Whenever I have Skyman on, I'm gonna be like, hello everyone, I'm Jeremy. And I have to like set up and be all kind of like stern. No, I do like him. I would love to have him on the channel, but I will totally feel like I'll have to let my hair. Yeah, I'll have to do the hair reveal first. But yeah, I will totally like, man, I am such a soy boy right now. This dude is like Thor, and I'm Star-Lord right now in Infinity War. So.
Yeah, he's a good dude, man. He loves the Star Wars. I congratulate him for that, and he's very upset as well. I mean, and so is everyone else. Yeah. What are you gonna do?
It is. It's amazing, and again, it's people from. This is what's frustrating about Lucasfilm is it's people that are frustrated about this. It's not one specific race or gender. It's everyone. You know, you look at the people that are on the Geeks and Gamers YouTube team have come together because of The Last Jedi and how they're sick of it. We're talking about Ivan, Anna, Jesse, Odin. There's they're all different. They're all different backgrounds, different beliefs, everything, and it's just frustrating that they continue to try to marginalize this fan base just because they are intimidated by the fact that they're being called out for their bullshit. You know what I mean? So, let's see. Jeremy takes off his hat and will be like, oh my God, Jeremy is partly bald. I'm not. The people at the meetup in California can confirm. They were like, damn, you do have a lot of hair. So, not balding. So you'll see. You guys see, I gave you a tease already. Gave you a tease? Nope.
How'd your California trip go?
It went great. Unfortunately, I had to cut it short, because of the hurricane, which we got nothing here, by the way.
Right.
But I do have a couple of pretty big projects that one of them we are actively working on right now. My team doesn't even know the details of it yet. That's how close to the vest I'm keeping it. But we have a big project we're working on now. And I've made a few contacts. Plus, I got to hang out with Star Wars Theory on the set of his Vader fan film, which was amazing.
Nice.
And it was a great trip. We definitely got to accomplish a lot. I wish I would have gotten those last 3 days because there was some stuff I needed to knock out. And but I'm probably going to go back soon because I had a lot of fun. Shockingly, I had a lot of fun. I really did.
I seen that. I watched you.
I know you hooked me up that one night, man.
I saw the live stream. You were in there. You were hitting video games. You guys was hitting. You were doing all kinds of things. Man.
Yeah. No, man, that was great, and your support was amazing, and that was awesome. So that was when we went to see Venom. So
yeah, that's right.
Let's see. Proper Jeremy says, no, it's true. Regular Jeremy is bald with a laughing emoji. Now, Proper Jeremy, that would be a lie. That's not very Proper Jeremy-like. Proper Jeremy, you've dropped an F-bomb and you're lying. What's going on with you? Has someone hacked your account? What's going on, Proper Jeremy? I swear I'm losing my voice. I don't know why. So let's see. Oh, horrible karaoke. I'm scared for life. Yes, that was the karaoke night with what was that song? I don't know if you were watching at that point, Sensei Mike. We were sitting there and there was some bad karaoke being sang.
No, I didn't get to see the karaoke part. I did hear a little bit about it. I watched all the way up till you went into the theater to see Venom.
Okay.
Everything after that, I didn't get to really see. I saw little bits. I didn't get to really see the whole thing, though.
Got you.
Did you do all right?
I didn't sing. I was saying there was somebody else. There was some people behind us in the bar singing, and it was so bad, and the chat even heard it, and they were like, "This is awful." Oh, it was Toxic. It was Britney Spears' Toxic they were singing.
Oh,
it was so bad. It was so bad. Let's see. Ryan Prince says, what's the good news? The good news is Chuck Wendig, Star Wars author, has been fired by Marvel, and he is no longer working on the Vader comic. He's been bragging about this Vader comic. He's been shoving it in people's faces that he disagrees with politically, and it finally bit him in his ass. So Marvel fired him. So he's not working on any more Star Wars projects as of now. I don't really know how that affects everything. I mean, Marvel fired him off of a project that was Star Wars related. I don't know how that really ties into Lucasfilm moving forward and any other projects, but he said as of now he's not involved with any Star Wars projects. He was also fired off of a future Star Wars, untitled Star Wars book. And, and really it comes down to, I don't really like to see people lose their jobs. I really don't like to see that. But what I like to see is when someone gets held accountable. Yeah. I like to see when someone is held accountable.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's exactly what happened. So let's see. Carl Marr says he has my tears. Admittedly, they are tears of laughter. And let's see. That was a joke. The swearing came from the heart. Okay, so Proper Jeremy says that was a joke, but the swearing came from the heart. Proper Jeremy, I'm telling you though, not very proper if you'd be dropping F-bombs, which you technically did bleep it out and I said it. So I guess you can, on a technicality, you can still blame it on me because you were respectful enough to bleep it out. But yeah, back to Star Wars. I mean, really my view of this, and maybe I'm reaching a little too much, but maybe Disney is finally looking at it and maybe they're being a little more self-aware of how some of the people affiliated with their brand are behaving. Star Wars is their number one IP, and it's not in a good place right now. And going into 2019, they have a lot at stake. They have Episode 9. They have the Star Wars land opening up in Orlando and Anaheim. They have Star Wars Celebration in Chicago. It's a big year for them.
Yeah.
And they've been operating with Star Wars like it's fine, it's too big to fail type of attitude. I know. Solo proved you wrong. And the Resistance trailer reaction was bad. Now, apparently Resistance is available on Amazon. I might go ahead and just watch the first episode so I can do a review this weekend. I hear it's not the worst thing ever, but I need to see it for myself.
I heard it wasn't half bad. It's nowhere near Clone Wars. But SC Reviews. It's who I got the information from.
Okay.
And, he worked for you guys.
Okay, he's still with us. I'm bad about uploading some of his videos. He sent me a video when I was in California and I never uploaded it.
No. He said he just did a video about it. He said he liked the first episode. He thought he only watched 3. He said the other 2 were just kind of okay, but we'll just have to wait that one out and see. Well, let me ask you a question, Jeremy. What are your expectations of JJ with Episode 9?
Well, I mean, I like J.J. Abrams. I think he's a good filmmaker. I know a lot of people get mad when I say that, but I'm a big fan of Super 8. I did like The Force Awakens in isolation. I'm a big fan of his television series. So I think he's a capable filmmaker, but I also think that he is not an alpha male. I don't think that he will, go against the trends of whatever Kathleen Kennedy wants.
Do you think he can fix the mess?
I don't know if he's going to even be allowed to fix the mess, and I don't. And again, he's not that's why I love Christopher Nolan so much, because Christopher Nolan, if you try to fuck with Christopher Nolan, he will tell you, I'm gone, No, I'm not going to make your shitty movie. I'm going to make it how I want to make it. JJ doesn't come off to me as that type of guy. He's the type of guy that's just like, I'll do whatever you need, So do I think he has the ability to fix it? Yes. Do I think he will? No.
He's a yes man.
I think he'll play ball. I think he'll play ball.
Yeah.
So that's the way I look at it, because I remember stories of like the dark helicopter going over. I remember stories about the Dark Knight Rises and how Warner Brothers wanted to post convert that movie to a 3D format, and Nolan's like, hell no, keep that shit away from my movies. And if you notice, no Nolan movie has ever had 3D. At least not since he become prominent. I don't think Batman Begins was, but he hates 3D. He will not allow them. Now, do you know how much more money the studio could have made if Dark Knight Rises would have been 3D? A lot, but Nolan ain't gonna let him.
He's more into IMAX.
Yes, and so whereas JJ on Star Trek, I can't remember if it was the first one or the second one, but I think it was Into Darkness. Paramount post converted, Into Darkness into 3D against his wishes. Now JJ has enough power to say like, bro, no, I'm JJ mother effing Abrams. I own Bad Robot. Don't mess with my movie, but he didn't. So that's the difference in Nolan and everybody else. And so that's why I love Nolan so much. So I like JJ as a filmmaker. I just don't think that he's got that mentality to kind of go, guys, this is stupid and we don't need to do it. That's like when he walked into The Force Awakens. Again, I like what he did with The Force Awakens overall, but he could have walked in and just been like, what the hell is this garbage? No, we need to have Luke Skywalker and Han Solo together and Princess Leia together, instead of these new characters you guys are trying to shove down our throats. So, if he has full creative control, I like what JJ can do. But when he is just going to operate under somebody else's orders, I don't have a lot of confidence in him. So David Stevens says, this is a good day. Shout out to Mike. And he says, Denny's. You like Denny's, Mike?
No.
Oh, God damn it. All right, let me get him off here. I don't care how many hundreds of dollars. No.
I don't even have one around here, though, I'll be honest with you. I mean, it's okay. Honestly, we don't even have one in the area. So
I mean, I like Denny's. It's kind of taking a life of its own. I like it. Like, I guess I just always defend it because it was in the Santa Claus, Tim Allen.
It's Solo.
But I do like Denny's, but everybody's like made a big deal of it, but I do like Denny's. I do.
No, it's all right. I mean, you know what? I don't even know if I've ever eaten it at a Denny's. I mean, we really don't have one in our area. Mm-hmm. And I couldn't tell you if I have or not, or if there's one local, or I don't know.
The thing about Denny's is you can go to you could go to a Denny's and have a phenomenal experience. And then you can go to another Denny's and you're like, this is horrible, because they don't really have a lot of consistency, with how they're ran,
Yeah.
And you go to places like, I don't know, Chick-fil-A or something. And I'm not the biggest Chick-fil-A fan, but Chick-fil-A has consistency. If you go to Chick-fil-A, you're getting phenomenal service, Yeah.
And so we have more things like, Bob Evans, Ruby Tuesdays, Applebee's, that type of deal.
Gotcha.
Pretty much, things like that. So if I run past the Denny's here in the future, I'll stop just for you, bro.
I appreciate that. And David Stevens says, "Thank you for super chat, David. Listen to you." From work. Thanks for the surprise stream. Well, yeah, and you're welcome. And yeah, look, I'm going to try to go ahead and every night, because I feel like that's where we lost a lot of the traction on the live streams, because I did stop doing live streams for a while because I was focused on producing the content. But I think I'm going to start bringing the live stream back every night at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, Monday through Friday. People really enjoyed that when we were doing that on a consistent basis. We were getting thousands of views every time. And then I moved away from it and focus more on content, which we got the growth I was looking for. obviously the channel will continue to grow, but it's a thing, you know, like Ethan was asking me. He's like, Ethan,
Hey,
like,
Jeremy,
what's
excuse
up?
me. I'll be right back. Okay.
Okay, no problem, no problem.
Thank you.
But Ethan, you know, was like asking me, like, dude, what are you doing to get all these subs? I'm like, I don't know, dude. What the hell are you doing to get all the live viewers? You know? So it's like it's a trade-off. So, all right, you guys got me here. So let's talk. What do you want to talk about? In-N-Out Burgers, Dave Fox. I can talk about In-N-Out all day long. All right, you guys know this, so that's not going to be a problem at all. All right, what are you guys talking about? Let's have some discussion. Let's see. Who do you think will kill Kylo? Rey, Finn, or Poe? I think Rey will kill Kylo. I think there's no doubt about it. They definitely want Rey to kill Kylo. No doubt. Let me see. Try to coordinate with the High Council about streaming times. They conflict at times. Yeah, I mean, we kind of all we've talked about that before. We're just gonna go live whenever. You know, we don't try to, you know, we don't try to step on each other's toes, but at the same time, when we want to go live, we want to go live. So if one of the other is live, then we're just gonna continue going live. So let's see. Marky Mark says, don't read this comment. Damn it, Marky Mark, I did it. Damn it. I did it and I didn't mean to. Welcome back, Mike. And let's see. Jeremy, are you going to see episode 9 in theaters? Probably. For the channel. I mean, so many people were applauded the fact that I didn't go see Solo, but so many people were like, we need you to go see it. We need you to have your opinion. We need to know what you think, you know? So I probably will go see it for that reason. All right. As far as the Knights of the Old Republic, you know, fan project being canceled, I mean, it sucks, but at the same time, I mean, these companies have copyright you know, they have copyright rights, you know, so I mean, I want to make a big deal of it, but I don't really think that there's like when you have what we have going on, you know, Geeks and Gamers and everything, like I don't want to make a mountain out of a molehill every time something happens.
Right.
Legally, they're within their rights. And I'm the same guy that defends Nintendo for shutting people down. So if I'm defending Nintendo, then I'm going to shoot myself in the foot if I just go after Lucasfilm. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I just didn't think it was I retweeted it. You know what I mean? But
don't you think that's a different medium between Nintendo and Lucasfilm?
Well, it's a video game, you know, so it's a Knights of the Old Republic video game, you know.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about the movies.
Right. So
okay. I got you.
So yeah, I mean, again, I wish they wouldn't have. I think George Lucas was very, very friendly to the fans for allowing them to do a lot of fan projects and things like that.
Right. Old Republic things.
Right. But Disney is a major company, and they still have, like, Lucasfilm's still going to have to operate within the rules of Disney, and Disney shuts down everybody who tries to do anything with their copyrighted material for the most part, you know? So it's, you know, like I know Star Wars Theory, you know, they wouldn't allow him to do his fan film with crowdfunding. So he had to go a different route. So they worked with him on it, but they shut him down on one route, and you would have to watch his video to get all the details on it. So let's see. Geek Core says red hat or this stream never happened. Where's my red hat? Give me a minute. I'll go get my. Did you see my hat earlier, Sensei Mike?
No, I haven't.
All right, hang on just a minute. I'll be right back.
All right.
There we go. All right. There we go. Let me put my headphones on because I can't hear anything. Of course, they're all tangled up now. So everybody happy now?
No, that's badass, bro.
God damn it. How did these get tangled up? I just took them off. I have no idea how this happened. Jeez. I can't hear you, Mike, so give me a minute. Lovely hat. You guys liking the hat? All right. Like, how did this happen? Fuck. Somebody sent me this hat. One of our subscribers sent me this hat. So there we go. All right. Jesus. There we go. All right. So one of our subscribers sent me this hat. Was it Doc? No, it wasn't Richard Kimball. I have to look at I've got all the mail from people. So, all right, can you hear me, Sensei?
Yes, sir.
Okay, gotcha. All right. So let's see. If Jeremy is Superman, that hat is his cape. I like it. I like it. All right. So are you happy, Geek Course? Are you happy? Make Star Wars great again. You like that? Oh my God, the little shill boys are going to take screenshots of this and they're going to post it like, this is a racist behavior. Or when was Star Wars ever great? It was great during the original trilogy, motherfucker. And I like the prequels too. So
I do too. I mean, listen, I'm not a huge prequel defender like you are, but I tell you what, like episode 1, I thought the Obi-Wan, Maul, and Qui-Gon fight, it was good. It was a little choreographed too much, you know, but it was fine. It was fine.
Yeah.
The second one, I felt that I mean, I don't know, maybe I'm corny for this shit, but I really thought that Yoda Dooku scene was decent, you know. And then as for the third one, the Anakin and Obi-Wan fight was awesome.
Awesome.
It went a little bit too long, I think, but it was fucking great. Wrapped it up. At least they wrapped it up.
Yep.
They yeah.
I love Revenge of the Sith. And
yeah,
Revenge
it's
of the
great.
Sith has moved up on my, you know, my list of favorite Star Wars movies slowly and surely. And I love Revenge of the Sith. I will always defend it. You know, I know, Hayden Christensen, he's not the greatest in those movies. He's definitely better in Revenge of the Sith than he is Episode 2.
Right.
But when you watch the Clone Wars in its entirety, Matt Lanter does such a fantastic job as Anakin, and that is the Anakin that, you know, we all wanted. That's the young Darth Vader that we all really wanted to hear and see. And you know, he's a leader. He's a you know, he's got a lot of posture. People respect him. He's a great pilot. You know, he struggles with the dark side like that. That's exactly what we wanted from a young Vader. You know. And so I just love the Clone Wars so much. I want to rewatch it. I haven't rewatched it in a while. I need to rewatch it. So
do you think that with some of the rumors out there that they're going to have Ahsoka in this next film?
Nah, I don't think there's a chance in hell. You know, Dave Filoni he has to sign off on her being involved in anything because he created the character, he owns the character. Yep. I mean, I'm sure technically Lucasfilm technically does own it, but they're not going to force their hand, you know. So Filoni has to be involved in that. I don't think there's any way they will. Again, it's possible. It's possible, but
so maybe like that Kerry Russell's maybe like a Mara Jade.
Yeah, that's one of the rumors, you know, we talked about that a little bit on the channel. And so, it would be cool to see Ahsoka in some type of canon film, live action film, but I just don't want to see it in this one, you know.
No, I agree.
So I agree. Let me see. And then we got a couple, let's see, super chat.
Okay. Go ahead, man.
Oh, just one. I'm sorry. I thought I had two.
No,
Spidey_Flash says, what do you think of the idea of Episode 9 introducing that Snoke manipulated Luke to almost kill Ben and explain that Episode 8 Luke was the way he was because Kylo killed Mara Jade along with Luke's Jedi Order? That is a fantastic idea, actually.
It is great.
Holy shit.
Why don't you write for Lucasfilm? I mean,
okay. Is this something you just made up? Because that's fantastic. All right, let me read that one again. What do you think of the idea of Episode 9 introducing that Snoke manipulated Luke to almost kill Ben and explain that Episode 8 Luke was the way he was because Kylo killed Mara Jade along with Luke's Jedi Order? That's actually great. Like, Spidey_Flash is this. He read my hat and he came up with that. And he's like, let me make Star Wars great again. Let me fix Rian Johnson's screw up. That's actually a really good idea.
Yeah, good job. Good job, bro. Good job.
So let's see. Smash the melee button, everybody. I haven't asked you to do that yet, but smash the melee button. Proper Jeremy says boo with a bunch of angry emojis because of my hat, because he's so upset about my hat. So still doesn't fix episodes 7 and 8. Well, it doesn't, but it does fix 8, in my opinion, which I don't think that episode 7 necessarily needs fixing as much as it needed to be capitalized upon, and it wasn't. That's the big problem for me with episode 7. What were your thoughts on episode 7 when you first saw it, Mike?
They played it safe, and kind of like a whole rehash of the first one, A New Hope. Everyone knows that. I wasn't impressed with how they made Solo
deadbeat dad, basically.
Deadbeat dad, yes, yes, deadbeat dad. I wasn't impressed with that. I wasn't impressed with him only having 10 seconds on screen. They should have at least had them all together just one time. Put all three of those together. It was enjoyable. I mean, it was okay. I didn't hate the movie. I didn't think it was the best, but I think that JJ could have done things a little bit differently to make more fans a little bit more happier. And then that whole, after the end of the movie, when you got Chewie walking off the Falcon, you have Leia hugging Rey.
Right.
And I was like, wait, what? And now it's like, now that's Rey's ship. Is that Rey's ship now? And Chewie's just a tag along guy. He just, hey, fuck Chewie. He just comes along with it. You know what I mean? I don't really understand that.
Yeah, and to JJ's credit, he did admit that was a mistake to not have Chewie embrace Leia. So it's there's definitely I think a lot of people would have less problems with the Force Awakens if they could have capitalized off of a lot of stuff. But either way, the criticisms are valid. There's no doubt about that. And MW77 says, I read Aftermath books, not good. According to Chuck Wendig, you're probably just a racist, and that's why. So, like all of us. Spidey_Flash says, yes, I made it up. Well, if you made that up, that's a damn good. I like it. Let me read that one more time. What do you think of the idea of Episode 9 introducing that Snoke manipulated Luke to almost kill Ben, and explain that in Episode 8 Luke was the way he was because Kylo killed Mara Jade along with Luke's Jedi Order? I mean, I think that's awesome. It's way too creative for Disney. So, what happened? And just since it's still up there, Reed Palantia, again, I just want to shout you out for that amazing super chat. Thank you so much. Let's see. Chuck Wendig writes like 14-year-old Valley Girl. He tweets like a 14-year-old Valley Girl too. Like I seriously, does he just sit on Twitter all day and just like, who's talking about me? Who do I block? Like, I want to know how many people he's blocked. I want to know. I mean, I got blocked and I never had an interaction with the guy, So it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. So, yeah. All right. Mike Peril says, make Star Wars great, or make Star Wars again. I like it. That's a good way to put it. That's not a Twitter he's sitting on. I don't know what you mean by that, Pagan God X, but I do still dig your NWO avatar. So if you're just joining us, we're kind of talking about the fact that Chuck Wendig was let go today by Marvel because he was on the Vader comic and he was attached to a future untitled Star Wars book. So he was fired today because of his social media behavior. This is something that's been a big problem for him for years. And we don't really I guess what I'm trying to figure out is what we talked about a little bit on the stream is what led them to this decision? What got them to this point where they felt that they needed to finally get rid of this guy? Because it's kind of like what I said about Kanye, like everybody's like freaking out about Kanye. I'm like, Kanye didn't do anything different than Kanye's ever done. He's always been like this, but he went after Trump. So all of a sudden everybody has to get mad at him. It's like Kanye said crazy shit for years. So Wendig has done this for years.
Yeah. No, you're right. You're right.
What was the moment that really pushed him over the edge to say, we got to get rid of this guy and cut him off of a Vader comic that he's directly involved in that still has 2 issues. Like, what was it? And I'm floating the theory that maybe Disney and Lucasfilm is looking at this entire situation, and maybe they're going, we need to get more involved. Or maybe this is what happens when Kathleen Kennedy is powerless and they actually put somebody in charge of Lucasfilm that says, hey, this sucks. And yeah, Kathleen, go sit up in the tower, collect your money. I'm going to do the work, and we'll just call you the president. Maybe that's what happened. Maybe there's an actual, alpha in charge now at Lucasfilm. Maybe there's somebody who's taking control and saying, no, soy boy, no, you are not going to shit talk our fans. Maybe that's happening. I don't know. We don't know yet. So it's speculation on our part. Soy boys, it's speculation. I'm speculating. Okay. I'm not saying it's a fact. I'm not saying I have inside information, soy boys. I'm not. It's just speculation. And I know that speculation troubles your sweet little skinny jeans heart. I understand. And I'm sorry. I think you need to worry about those pants you wear, soy boys. Like, are they shorts or are they pants? Like, why do you wear pants? Like, they come to your ankles. But like, are they shorts or are they pants? Like, I don't understand this. I need some clarification on this. That's all. I'm just trying to figure this out. I'm just trying to understand. Like, when I see the soy boy walking around with those, which I think Anna said they're called pixie pants.
I don't know. I know what you mean, but I don't know.
So are they shorts or are they pants? I need to understand what's going on. All right.
Great, man. That's great.
Somebody's this name is great. Soy boy drinking latte. My soul is full of grief and my apartment full of tears for Chuck. I need urgent SJW mob protest to heal the pain. Proper Jeremy needs to explain pixie pants to Jeremy.
Hey man, I'm going to I'm really gonna try to as I get to know your community, this great Star Wars community. I love everybody. Everyone's been great to me. They're treating me real well. I support the best I can.
You support plenty well. You support plenty well. Don't worry.
Yeah. You know what, dude? I want to go to Celebration this year. I really do. I think I could get the time off work to do it. And it'd be great to hang out with you guys there. And
man. Yeah, we've got some, Jeff over at World Class, he's got somebody reached out to him. I guess there's a spot we're going to be hanging out for the time there. So, yeah, man, you just let me know, just let me know and we'll talk after.
Yeah, sure. So,
let's see. Liet River. Ahsoka is an actual strong woman. They only want weak, pathetic females in movies. That's true. And I've said this a million times. Like Ahsoka was never marketed as, look at this new female character that you must love. She was just a new character. And a lot of people didn't like her at first.
Right.
And a lot of people said she was annoying. And a lot of people were aggravated with her. A lot of people criticized her. And that was fine. Nobody was called a racist or a sexist or they were intimidated by women, And as time went on, the character developed and the character's arc, started really getting people more involved and they really started liking that character.
Right.
With Rey, you were told from the beginning, this is a woman. And if you don't like her, you're a sexist. Like it was just like the identity politics started before it began, And then the whole John Boyega thing where people were like, oh, so many people are upset about a black stormtrooper. Who was mad?
Yeah, who was mad? Yeah,
50 people on Twitter that have a blank account? Like, who was so mad? Like, okay, like if a few people were saying something, they try to make that out to be like everybody was saying it. You know what I mean? And it's just stupid. It's so dumb. Let's see. Humor and Waffles. I still don't like Ahsoka. Well, you're banned from the chat, so I don't know what you want to do. I'm kidding. Ahsoka's awesome. I got this. Right here, and I got this one for me at Franks and Sons. Hope it don't fall, but so and I got that one for me, so that's awesome.
Nice.
And then I've got a ton of toys around here. So, all right, let's see. Banned, yes, straight Sith male. I banned the hate speech going against the humor. Waffle says, "Damn, brother, I was just joking. I wasn't gonna ban you." Let's see. Wait, pixie pants. What? What's wrong? Are these pixie pants? What's wrong with my pants?
No, you're good. You're good.
I know. Every time I stand up, they say Jeremy's got soy pants. All right, Reed Palantia, again, thank you for the support. They could have resolved the Rey skills problem by just making her an ex-student or taught by someone that took pity on her. It would just have been mentioned and not fully acted out. Exactly. Like, why is the Geeks and Gamers community better at writing Star Wars than people that write Star Wars? You know what I mean? Like, I don't understand it. It's unbelievable to me.
I got a question. I got a question for you, Jeremy.
What's up?
Do you think? I don't know. This might sound fucked up, but we all know how this whole white male thing is. This whole this white male thing. Do you think they're making Luke be a cuck just because he's a white male?
I don't know if it's just because he's a white male as much as he's part of the old guard, of Star Wars and how they're trying to move away from that. But I definitely think it's definitely has some substance to that theory. And I've heard that theory talked about a lot. It's to me, it's more about just not so much. It seems like they're tearing down the white male by not really acknowledging the white male moving forward. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And going out of the way. Like I said, the casting for Rogue One, it just felt like, okay, we can't have a white male on the Rebellion. And again, I don't give a fuck who you have on the Rebellion.
No, I don't care either.
So,
I don't really care.
But it's like when I, as a fan, can watch that and go, the guy that played Cassian sucked.
Yeah.
Why did he have the job? Jyn Erso sucked. Why did she get the job? Like, I just felt like the best people weren't cast. And again, that doesn't mean it had to be a white guy that was cast.
No, exactly.
Because Denzel Washington's like my second favorite actor in the world. Like, he's that great,
So it's like they are doing this on purpose.
Yes. I do think that. But what they did with Luke specifically, and then you even look at what they did with Han, I fully expected when I watched episode 7, when I heard episode 7 was out, obviously your mind starts wondering, like, what's Luke going to be like? What's Han and Leia? They're going to be married. Is Han going to be like, has he matured, as a person? And they just make Han like, your deadbeat dad, like you said earlier. And so I guess there definitely is some substance to what you're saying. And I've heard other people say it. I haven't really thought about it as much as like, why did they do that to Luke, as much as I just think they're trying to make everyone forget old Star Wars, so this guy that you worshipped, he's not the great hero you thought,
Listen, I grew up Star Wars. I ate Star Wars. I slept Star Wars. I did everything Star Wars that helped me construct my life. They could have stopped at the first 3. I would have been happy with that. And again, the prequels, they weren't the best, however, but at least they had substance and they wrapped the story.
Was there. The story was there. Maybe the execution had issues, but the story was there.
Exactly. And then you got these ones, and I'm like, what the fuck, man? Deadbeat dads.
Get off my lawn. Yeah, Luke, get off my lawn.
Yeah, exactly. And like, they don't explain anything. Like, where's Luke's green saber? No one knows.
Yeah.
Just the little things like that they could have addressed, just to kind of put things in perspective. I just don't understand why they wouldn't delve a little bit deeper into the lore just to answer some questions. Just for the hardcore fans.
I don't think most of them even know much about the lore of Star Wars. Like, I remember, JJ and Lawrence Kasdan were sitting there on a panel for it was Comic-Con, I think it was like the year before The Force Awakens coming out, and they were asked about Darth Plagueis. Neither one of them knew who Darth Plagueis was. Like neither one of them knew who Darth Plagueis was. They tried to play it off. Neither one of them knew who Darth Plagueis was, and they tried to play it off so bad, And it's like Daisy Ridley was asked about Plagueis, and she tried to play it off one time in an interview. She had no clue who Plagueis was. I don't even know Kathleen Kennedy. I think Kathleen Kennedy finally found out who Ahsoka was. 3 years after getting the job at Lucasfilm, I just don't think they know any of these things. And, really, George, all you need to know about Kathleen Kennedy is she took George Lucas's sequel trilogy and tore it up.
Right.
That's all you need to know. Whatever you want to think about George Lucas, yes, as a director, he's not good. He's got a lot of problems. It's hard to probably tell him what to do because he's, the prequels, the problem wasn't the story. George Lucas's problem has never been story. It's been the execution of the story.
Execution.
Any competent human being would have said, if I have George Lucas's sequel trilogy, holy shit, I've got gold in my hand. Now I just need to find a director to execute the greatest story man in the history of Hollywood's story, execute it properly.
I mean, look at Irvin Kershner and what they did with the Empire. I mean, the story was spot on, just like you said from George.
Yep.
But the director said, "Okay, let me handle it," and then he took care of it. And I believe that is the greatest of the Star Wars universe. I believe Empire is the best. I mean,
objectively, Empire is the best. I say Clone Wars is like my favorite stuff. Just and you can't. It's hard to compare 6 seasons or 5 really of story to a 2-hour movie. 2 hour 15-minute movie. So, but Empire is objectively, the best Star Wars movie. So I don't think it's even close. So real quick, Eddie Max of Andor says Ohio State Buckeyes are better than Alabama. In the future, Eddie, could you just say I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about? It would be easier, so because you just don't know what you're talking about. So instead of saying that, just say I don't know what I'm talking about. But you probably gonna find out though. You better hope the Buckeyes don't face Alabama because it's gonna be ugly. All right, JP, where'd it go? Gotro Kits. I learned how to control my temper from Luke Skywalker. The way he held it in when facing the Emperor and Vader. I learned so much from Yoda as well. Yeah, and so many people have so many of those stories, and the lack of appreciation and respect that Lucasfilm and Disney have ignored, for what Star Wars has meant to so many people. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I stand by the fact that, I just think that they've turned it into a social justice soapbox. That was what they wanted to see because they said, look, we have something that's guaranteed to not fail. Yeah. So let's do what we can to push our social agenda. I know you want to say something, so go ahead.
I just want to say that I was born in 73, so Star Wars came out when I was 4 years old. Didn't have much of a father in my youth, not much of any kind of male figures in my youth. I used to look to Star Wars figures. These guys, Obi-Wan, Luke. I feel the same way as your last commenter. I learned so much just from, just watching these films.
Yeah. And that's the thing is why doesn't Disney understand how much this stuff impacted people? I hear people say, oh, you people are just whining for a movie. It's not that serious. Motherfucker, it is that serious.
Yeah,
it's serious to a lot of us. And what you just said, because all these people, they just want to act like, well, you had a great life. Wonderful. But a lot of people don't have great lives. And a lot of people turn to other sources to get that energy that they need or that motivation they need as a young kid or whatever. And so, yeah, it does matter to people and it's important to a lot of people. And if you can't understand that, that's fine. Nobody's telling you have to understand it, but don't dismiss others for holding it so high.
And, Luke, Leia, and Solo and the rest of them on the Rebellion, They were all positive role models before we had positive role models.
Yep. You're right. You are right. Let's see. The Disney executives didn't know what they were dealing with. Yeah, I heard that. Let's see. MW77, Finn not being a clone was confusing, not racist. Thank you. You know, because a lot of people saw that, you know, and, you know, people were like, wait a minute. I thought they were clones. You know what I mean? When they saw the Stormtrooper, when they saw him without his helmet, you know, in the first teaser.
Right.
And they took that as people going, why is this guy black? Oh, you're racist. Like, no, we're asking him because what are clones? You know, it was confusing.
Right.
So, you know,
they were all the same at one point.
Right. Great point, MW77. Great point. Let's see. And Spidey Flash says, hey, just sent you a DM on Twitter further explaining my idea with an added idea to fix Luke's death. I might make a video on this. I might. So I'll check it out a little bit later. I might make a video for that tomorrow. What's your opinion on Hello Greedo says Spectacular Webhead? I mean, I used to be a big fan of the channel. I think he has really high production value. He clearly doesn't like me. That's fine. And I wish him and his channel the best. So, you know, he's never named me specifically. He's very passive aggressive. And again, it's weird, man. It's weird because so many of these channels that I've been a fan of for so long, they hate my guts. And I'm like, all right, you know. You sure didn't seem too. You didn't seem
haters, man.
Yeah,
haters.
You didn't seem too concerned with my content when I was being, you know, riding the fence. But suddenly, when I say something you don't like, you want to start shitting all over me. You know, so it's basically like, oh, if anybody doesn't say what we want them to say, then we have to get mad at them. Fuck you. How about that? Okay, that's it. It's that simple. It's just a bunch of soy boys that need someone to sit there and give their opinion right back to them. And the moment you speak out, like right now, they're crying their eyes out because of this hat. I can feel it. I can feel the soy bubbling right now. Like I can feel the skinny jeans getting even tighter right now. I can feel it. I can feel it. And if I was looking at you right now, I would walk up to you because you got those glasses with no lenses, and I would just poke you right in your eyes, make even more soy tears fall out. I can feel it. Like, it's just there. Like, they're so mad right now. He's wearing such an offensive hat.
Can I say something to the soy boys?
Oh, yeah. Go for it.
That's all I have to say. That's all I got to say, bro.
So yeah, man, I just don't understand why different opinions are so intimidating to these people. I don't get it. I don't like every day people are like, Jeremy, you're a fucking idiot for liking The Force Awakens. I'm like, I know, I can't help it. I like it. You know, I like Adam Sandler movies. You know, I like Mortal Kombat Annihilation. There are confirmed like 5 people on the planet that like Mortal Kombat Annihilation. I'm one of them.
Yes. Listen, here's the thing. We all are allowed to like whatever the fuck we want to like. Okay?
Yes.
When I was about 21 years old, I bought a Cadillac. It was an older model, but I liked the car. And motherfuckers were hating on me because who thought I was a drug dealer? Who thought I was doing this? Who thought I was doing... I said, no, I just like the fucking car. You know? Yep. And so there's no... It's everywhere. All the hatred, the hate is fucking everywhere, dude. It's everywhere. You know, and so I say, fuck it. Just do what you got to do. Keep on doing it. And you know what? And to them, that's about it. That's all I got to say. I don't really know what to say. I mean, you can't, you know.
And they're laughing at me for my Mortal Kombat Annihilation comment. Yeah, I tell you, there's nobody. Everybody hates this movie. Everybody. Like, I went on Rotten Tomatoes. I think it's got like a 3% on Rotten Tomatoes. So, but yeah, and I don't have a problem. Like, I'm big into like perspective and just understanding, like, you know, hey, how does everyone else feel about this versus my opinion? Because it's not going to sway my opinion, you know. It's like the prequels, you know, like I've had people say, oh, Jeremy just jumped on The Last Jedi hate because it's popular. Okay, first of all, I thought it wasn't popular. I thought nobody did. I thought it was only a few people that hated it. You know, like they contradict themselves constantly. It's a small minority of people that hate The Last Jedi. No. Okay. And then they say, well, Jeremy just is capitalizing off The Last Jedi hate. I thought there wasn't any hate. Make up your mind. you know.
Yeah.
But I've been defending the prequels for like 20 years.
Yeah.
And I've been getting a little, and it's not as bad now as it used to be, but boy, you know, 5 years ago, you know, before the Disney buy and everything, man, you defend the prequels, you were catching hell from people, you know what I mean? And it's softened now. It's softened now. But yeah, I mean, I've caught a lot of hell for my prequel defense, and
dude,
you know, and that's fine.
I saw episode 1 like 7 times in the theater, just because I was so excited that there was another Star Wars movie.
Yeah, and a lot of people did that exact same thing.
Yeah. And yeah, it wasn't the greatest, but fuck, it was a Star Wars movie, and there was at least saber fights and you know, Darth Maul was awesome. I mean, I don't really have too much. There's plots, but there's plots in every fucking movie. I really don't have a problem with the prequels. Like I said, you're exactly correct. George should have written them. He should have had someone direct them.
Yeah,
they probably would have much better films, but they are what they are, and they're much better than the shit they got out now.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. All right, let me see. I got a couple to get to. All right, the human shrug. Culture is extremely important, even the tiny niches of it. Agreed. Soy boy drinking a latte. Don't laugh. Do not laugh at my pain. General Spawn, why is it called Soy Boys? What does soy mean? So Soy Boys is basically a beta male. Soy boy is someone that it's not really athletic, you know, not very confrontational, at least not in person. On Twitter, oh, they're very confrontational on Twitter. But in person, no, they're not very confrontational. And they like all of their little soy drinks and things like that. So it's just a joke, but they get really mad about it. And that's really why I say it, because they get really mad. Somebody actually like took like they circled the back of a Yoo-hoo box and it had soy in it. And they're like, Jeremy's a soy boy. I'm like, did you really go through that much trouble, bro? You know, because it's somebody that hated me on Twitter. Like, did you really go that far? You know? And yeah, I guess they did. Hell, is soy in here? I don't even fucking know.
Hey, could I throw an answer in that question as well?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, I'm gonna go a little medical on you guys. Soy is an actual estrogen mimicker. Okay, so when you consume a lot of soy, you're consuming more estrogen in your body, and the more estrogen you have, the less testosterone you have. So that's where a lot of this stuff comes from, with the soy boy stuff and this and that, because they have no testosterone. They're considered weaker males, beta males, just like you said. But it's an actual thing, man. I mean, soy does contain chemicals that can reduce testosterone.
And yeah, and I always say, you know, I'm a very confrontational person. I'm more confrontational in person than I am online. I'm confrontational online too when I got to be, but and I'm not saying I'm a fighter or anything. I mean, I don't look to fight, but I will confront someone face to face, because at that point, you know, they don't have anything except for, you know, their balls, and, you know, like, just stand up. You know, if you got shit to say online, say it to my face. Right. Let's talk it out. Let's hash it out right now. And so, you know, most soy boys have never been in any fight whatsoever, and they never will be.
No.
But again, and there's nothing wrong with that if you've never been in a fight. You know,
they're only confrontational online, bro.
Right. And so that's the problem. Basically, a soy boy to me is someone that will talk shit on Twitter and won't say a word in person. You know. And that's a definition of a beta male. Make sure you smash that melee button if you don't mind. Also, David Stevens says, Jeremy, I like Mortal Kombat Annihilation as well. You spelled Mortal Kombat with a C. Doesn't aggravate me as much. As Mario Kart, but I didn't notice it. I just wanted to make sure you knew I noticed it. Let's see. Proper Jeremy, about to get high and go to the opera. Toodaloo. Does Proper Jeremy gets high? Even regular Jeremy doesn't get high. What the hell is going on with you, Proper Jeremy? Has Chuck Wendig really screwed you up that bad? Dropping F-bombs? You're lying and you're getting high? What the hell? The hell's going on? And then let's see, Dr. Zoden. The Sith are right. Love that hat, bro. Thank you for the super chat. And yeah, the Sith are right. And the hat is great. So yeah, thank you so much. So
yeah, everybody smash that like button.
Yes, smash the melee button. Smash it.
Smash it.
General Spawn, thanks. It's not easy to follow new words from Norway. Oh, no problem. I mean, we don't mind breaking it down for you, and we appreciate you supporting and asking, and anything you need, we're here for you. Let's see. Do you think the Lord of the Rings Amazon series will have an SJW agenda? Says Hello Ho. I haven't looked too far into it. The last I heard, they were trying to get Peter Jackson involved. Yeah. If Peter Jackson's involved, that infinitely makes me more excited for it, because I think he did such a great job with the series, with the especially the first Lord of the Rings trilogy.
Yes, the first trilogy. Yes.
I mean, I think those are that's a masterpiece of a trilogy, a master class.
Absolutely.
And so, but we'll see. But I don't have a lot of information on that, so I'll have to let you know. Daredevil season 3 coming out next week, says Rhaegar Targaryen. And tonight, we'll probably have to wrap this stream up soon, because we have a Kevin Conroy interview that Geeks and Gamers got at New York Comic-Con. That's Batman from the animated series.
Nice.
We have the full interview we're going to put up on the channel. The audio is a little hard to hear, so I'm trying to get Ivan to do some editing on it. So there's a lot of background noise, so I don't know if we can take that background noise out. We've also got interviews with Tara Strong. We've got a panel review of Reign of Superman, a panel review for Daredevil season 3. We've got a lot of content. My Anime Lately team kicked ass. We got press passes. They did a great job, and I really hope everybody supports these videos. Please don't downvote it just because Jeremy's not in it. You guys have a few people have a tendency every time there's a Geeks and Gamers video with no Jeremy, there's downvotes. I'm like, please don't downvote it because I'm not in it, because everything Geeks and Gamers is me. Everything. So if it goes to this channel, if it goes to the website, it's all part of our brand, you know?
Sure.
And so we've got a lot of content that's going to be, I'm going to flood the channel with New York Comic-Con footage this weekend. I don't know if I'll produce any content for me personally, but yeah, it's exciting, and my team did a really good job, and I'm really proud of them. So we're going to continue to develop more content for the channel, more gaming content and things like that. So I hopefully will get some time to play Black Ops 4 and Mario Party, maybe. But I got football this weekend too. So let's see. Only downvote videos with Jeremy. See, that's okay, Sweet Tooth. And Sweet Tooth, now you did tell me at one point that you had 60,000 fake accounts that you subbed to the channel with. So when are you going to unsub from all 60,000 of those fake accounts? Don't do it. Like at least let us get 100,000 first. So and and then we'll drop to 40 when you unsub from all 60,000 fake accounts. Let's see. I'm looking, seeing what you guys say. So let's do 5 or 10 more minutes. Mike, do you have anything you wanted to cover, or talk about before we wrap this bad boy up?
Yeah, I would like to, if I can, give a shout out to my girl Cassidy. She's a good girl. She works with me at the office. I do my own thing. I got a mental health clinic is what I do, and my personal life, is my job. My brother Sumo, we call him Sumo. His name's John. He has he's more into the toy aspect of everything. I'm more into the movies and pop culture. He has a site, Facebook.com. I'm sorry, Giant Man Comics /Facebook.com. Giant Man Comics. Right. He's into vintage figures. He's got stuff you won't believe. I mean, from the 70s. I'm talking Star Wars stuff from the 70s. So he goes to a lot of conventions and he does a lot of eBay selling and things like that. Other than that, I'm trying to get my stuff put together to get a channel going for, pretty much same as you guys. I want to cover pop culture and the disgraceful SJWs. I mean, whatever. But I'm going to a Comic-Con. It's either next weekend or the following weekend. It's in Pittsburgh, and that's when I'm going to shoot my first video for my web channel, my YouTube channel. Yeah. So, and we'll see how it goes. We'll see.
Well, man, if you need any tips, just let me know. And
I do.
Okay, all right, we'll talk about it as soon as we wrap this bad boy up. Let's see. Luna Octopus says, "What's your favorite game on Switch so far?" Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. But outside of that, I would probably say Breath of the Wild. So, I mean, Switch is a fantastic system. So there's and Smash is coming out later this year, so I can't wait for that. Pagan God X, forgive me, Jeremy Osteen, for I have sinned. I have committed adultery against thy channel and have donated to the entire fandom. You are forgiven, sweet child. You are forgiven, and the Lord is a step closer. But you need to donate a little more cash. All right, Ron Navy. Star Wars Dad, fellow YouTuber, is in Panama City. Said they are destroyed. I'm gathering stuff to take over to them. Wanted to know if you wanted to help. Ron, I've had interactions with Star Wars Dad a few times. I have friends in Panama City. I've talked to them. It's awful. I mean, it's bad. And I lived in Panama City for 15 years. The place is gone. Panama City has been leveled. It's no bullshit. I mean, it's been leveled. Not Panama City Beach. Panama City Beach did get some damage, but Panama City is just leveled. It's crazy. A friend of mine sent me some video. He was sitting on like a futon. He got up in the futon just to go to the bedroom for a minute. The roof collapsed on the futon. Minutes, not even like seconds after he got up. He showed me the picture. He would have been dead. It's crazy. This is so bad. What happened it was I think they were like 5 miles an hour from a Category 5, which again, if you've never experienced a hurricane, and I've experienced a lot of them, that is no joke. Yeah, Category 2 is where you need to start worrying. Category 3, you need to leave. Category 4, you need to be gone, and you need to probably consider that a lot is going to be changed when you get back. And getting Category 5 level, where if you're on the right side of that storm, it's done. And so, Pensacola got lucky. You're damn right. I mean, we live very close to the water here. If the right side of that storm would have hit Pensacola directly like it hit Panama City, this probably would not be here right now. My house would not be here. Nothing would be here. So we're going to definitely do what we can. So Ron, I know you got me on email, and I know you live here in Pensacola. So if you want to shoot me an email, I need to get with you. So if you want to get up with me, maybe next week, or tell me the details of what you're doing, and we can figure that out, because I definitely want to see what we can do to help out. All right. Well, Sensei Mike, it's been a pleasure having you on. You've been amazing for the channel, for the community. You support all of us financially in amazing ways that we can't really fathom. But I really appreciate you being on tonight. Hope you've had a lot of fun. I hope everybody enjoyed seeing Sensei Mike. And other than that, you guys have a great night. And Ron, I look forward to talking to you more about this, because Star Wars Dad definitely needs some help, and a lot of people in Panama City do. So we'll see what we can do for them. So that's it. So anything you want to add, Sensei?
I just want to thank you and all your subscribers. The whole community's been great. All the content's been great. Everybody just keep keep pounding them like buttons, keep subscribing, keep hitting that Patreon. We got to support all these channels if we're going to make a difference. And that's pretty much it. And look for me coming out probably at the first of the year or so, and hopefully I could be a part of this.
All right, sounds good. Ron Navy says, sorry to interrupt your live chat, Jeremy. Thanks. No problem, man. Thank you for hitting me up about that. I also see that there's a Jeremy to end all Jeremy's account. There's a Thanos Jeremy. So, all right, guys, I love you all. I'll talk to you later. Have a great night, and I'll be back Monday for sure. I'll probably do a couple live streams throughout the weekend, but it won't be scheduled or anything. So we'll talk to you later.